It's actually my first time I'll be properly celebrating Valentine's Day.
I believe in the idea. I just don't like the way it's presented necessarily.
Why should just one day of the year be the day that you celebrate romance?
I have, done things on Valentine's Day before, but I do find it a bit cheesy, actually.
It's a bit of a cop-out, really.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea still. It's a nice way to kind of, take pause and celebrate something that you probably should celebrate.
I often get flowers where he's popped out for milk and he comes back with milk and flowers.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Easy English. So in a few days' time, it will be Valentine's Day. Now, unfortunately, I'm in Brighton, which recently placed 9th in the least romantic places in the UK. Nevertheless, I want to know what the people of Brighton do for Valentine's Day, if they do anything at all, and what romance really means to them. Before we start, please do not forget to like and subscribe. Here we go. What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Well, we don't actually celebrate Valentine's Day because we just don't agree with the commerciality behind it. It's why should just one day of the year be the day that you celebrate romance? It should be throughout the year, and little things that you do for your partner on a regular basis show that your love and affection for them, and not just overblown things like flowers and chocolates.
What are your thoughts in general on Valentine's Day? Let's start with that.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I shall go first. Yeah.
Are you doing anything for Valentine's Day?
I'm not.
No?
No.
Okay. And
Well-
what are your thoughts generally on Valentine's Day?
My thoughts generally, it's a bit of a cop-out, really. It's a bit of like a money-making scheme.
Right, yeah. I've heard this. Why say that though?
Because I love my girlfriend every day. It's not like I need to buy her a present like one day a year.
Yeah.
And just feed companies money with buying them presents.
And so then in terms of like gestures of romance, how do you do it? Is there...
I'm not good on flowers, I have to be honest.
No, he's not, actually.
No.
I think I've done it once or twice in 48 years.
Really? But
Yeah.
you say this like it's a negative thing.
Oh, I'd love flowers.
I'll remember that.
What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day?
Well, I'm afraid I'm a bit of an old cynic with Valentine's Day, and I do see it as a commercial opportunity to just get people to spend lots of money, which is not really necessary, because I guess every day should be a gesture of love.
Okay.
And but saying that, I have done things on Valentine's Day before, but I do find it a bit cheesy, actually. And a bit disingenuous, if I'm perfectly honest, just to kind of go all out on one day. I've got nothing personally against it. It's fine, and whatever generates love can only be a good thing. But I think, generally speaking, let's make it an everyday kind of thing.
Before we carry on with this week's episode, if you're an English learner, an English teacher, or just want to support Easy English, then you can check out our Patreon page. Ooh.
Easy English wouldn't be possible without your support. It would be really great if you would become a Patreon member of Easy English and join our community.
For under €5 a month, you'll get access to learning exercises for each one of our episodes. So if you're interested in learning with or supporting Easy English, then head on over to patreon.com/Easy English Videos. Now back to the episode.
I guess for me, I've never really celebrated Valentine's Day, mostly because for a while there wasn't anyone to celebrate with till I found you. And we haven't really done a huge amount since, mainly because it feels a bit overly Americanized and,
Forced.
yeah. But yeah, I kind of like the idea still. It's a nice way to kind of, take pause and celebrate something that you probably should celebrate.
Yeah. And how about you? What do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, it feels a bit disingenuous at times, but I'm, especially after a couple of years of being locked inside, not being able to do anything, it's a good excuse to just go out and have dinner and celebrate like that. I'm not into all of the sort of big card things, but I try to space that out throughout the year. I hope that I do a good enough job of sort of expressing my affection generally that I don't need to do it all on one day.
So I would say I'm not a huge fan of one day of the year being dedicated to expressing love. I believe love should be expressed every day of the year.
When was the last time each of you did something nice for the other one?
Gosh. Well, it was a couple of weeks ago that you went to the local shop for milk and bread,
and came
back with milk and bread and flowers.
Yeah.
And that was just a spontaneous, I've brought these for you. And they weren't just your normal garage style tiny bunch.
Yeah.
They were a really nice bunch of flowers.
Right, yeah. I was going to say, it wasn't like a late night.
No.
Petrol station purchase.
No.
Okay, and then the other way around. When was the last time you remember?
A Bakewell tart, I think it was. Yeah.
Because of I've got celiac disease, so I have to be very careful with what I eat. So I have to have a special diet. So that's affected both of us. But Susan goes out of her way to find recipes on the internet that she can then make, so that I can't have a Mr. Kipling's Bakewell tart, but she can make her own, which are gluten-free. And that's, for me, that's expression of love and affection, doing something nice for me.
Because he absolutely loves them.
I love Bakewell tarts.
It's actually my first time I'll be properly celebrating Valentine's Day this year. So,
And are you going to do something?
I found out, I'm going to do something. I found out recently that I've got to ask her still, even though she is my girlfriend. I'm expecting a baby in April. But,
really? I can
But, I'm going to ask. I have asked her out. I've given her some flowers. But I don't know exactly what I want to do right now. But I'm very spontaneous,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it'll just be like the night before and just like get a few things. But actually, she's right here, so maybe I shouldn't.
Don't say too much.
When was the last time you did something nice for each other? Something small or big, doesn't matter.
Well, probably your birthday we do something. We go out, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
And we have a meal or something like that, don't we?
Yeah, we just do nice things every day.
Okay, and but there's no, maybe do you surprise each other or do you plan it with each other?
Oh, I surprise more than you.
Yes.
He's not very good on surprises.
No, I'm not very good on surprises.
I have to ask my daughter to drop hints if I need a surprise.
And then I get them.
When is the last time that you did something or you had something done for you, like a romantic gesture?
Actually, 2 days ago, it was my husband's birthday last week, but we couldn't celebrate at the time because of work and unwell and etc. So I got my mum to look after our kids, and we went for a big walk on the downs, and there's a local vineyard close by, and I called the guy whilst we were walking and asked if we could stop by and buy a bottle of champagne, which is made on our doorstep.
Wow.
And he did, and we went and sat on the top of the hill and drank champagne and watched the sunset.
I'm trying to figure out, are you going to do something in 10 days time?
Ooh, I don't know really. We haven't thought about it. We haven't even thought about tomorrow yet, but I guess we could. I think for us, we end up, last year, we did end up going out for a meal, but it wasn't on Valentine's Day itself.
Okay.
Just because it gets so busy to book, all the restaurants are totally full a month in advance. So I think we're a bit of those last minute people. So we might just, maybe a couple of days afterwards or before even just end up doing something, whether it's coming down and having chips on the beach or or finding a nice restaurant to go out for a meal.
How do you do romantic gestures then, if not on one day?
I think romantic maybe is a sort of umbrella phrase, really, because I think random acts of kindness can be seen as romantic gestures. You know, they don't have to necessarily be linked to love in the regular way that we think of it. It can be empathy, kindness, things like that. I'll give you one example. The other day I was at the bus stop, and there was a mom and a dad and a little girl, and the little girl was going home to her dad for the weekend, and the mom said, "Oh, I must get you a pair of gloves soon." But she was not going to see her little girl for the weekend because she was spending the weekend with her father.
Right.
So I quickly dashed into the pharmacy and bought a pair of little gloves, and then I quickly ran back to the bus stop, and before the bus arrived,
Really?
I gave her the gloves because I just thought, well, I like having warm hands, so I don't know when the mom was going to get round to getting the gloves, but I just thought, well, at least she'll have gloves for the weekend.
Aww.
So things like that. I mean,
That's lovely.
I just think maybe Valentine's Day has just become a hyped up thing where it's focused on one day of the year, and I don't think that's necessarily a good thing.
Thanks for watching this week's episode. Let us know in the comments below your plans for Valentine's Day, if you have any plans at all, and what romance really means to you. And we'll see you next week. Bye.